Tzu Chi's dentists and students are honored by Hualien County government as outstanding youth. Tzu Chi Malacca Indonesia chapter both offer lessons on sutra text writing. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. Hualien County government hosted an event to award outstanding youth. Some representatives include Hualien City Hospital dentist Li Yibang, who has treated the physically challenged.
花莲慈济医院牙科部口腔病理科主任李怡邦李主任。
Dr. Li, who is from Tainan, has been serving in various free clinics for nearly 20 years. He was honored as one of the outstanding youth by Hualien County government. In addition, he has obtained a specialty doctor certificate from Taiwan Association of Disabilities and Oral Health to serve more patients in need.
I feel very honored to be a doctor because we have the abilities to ease the patient's sorrow and put a smile on their face when they return home. This is the best feedback.
Chen Jieru and Fan Zhenzhen both have excellent performance in language contests. On top of academic, they both participate in many volunteer activities to show care to people in need and even serve abroad in Sichuan. They hope to be someone who contributes to the society.
I expect myself to be a positive person who can bring joy to others and spread the power of love.
The school gave us many opportunities to be a volunteer so we can learn to give.
It's a nation's fortune to have youth that care about the society and are willing to use their passion and energy to bring more positive power and love to make differences to the world.
After Hurricane Katrina struck Marikina City in the Philippines, Tzu Chi has continued to train many local volunteers. Recently, a local community had a fire. Local volunteers have completed disaster assessments and distributions within 36 hours.
A fire has burned down this community in Marikina City, Philippines, and 65 families have nowhere to stay. Tzu Chi volunteers immediately complete the aid distribution within 36 hours after disaster assessment.
This week is the Holy Week before Easter, and most families are preparing for the holiday, so we try to distribute aid supplies before the break so they can have a good festival.
Many residents in this community are Tzu Chi members, so volunteers have brought many daily supplies for them to survive the rough time.
I'm happy to receive the supplies Tzu Chi gave us. Items like rice and daily aids are very helpful to us.
Before I donated my love, and now it's coming back. This time after the fire, both my neighbor and I received many help from Tzu Chi, and I'm very grateful.
Local Tzu Chi people are very fast to launch disaster relief. I hope we can inspire everyone to have good thoughts and gather this power so that we can invite them to join Tzu Chi members or volunteers for this connection to keep growing.
The accidental fire has made affected victims become homeless in a blink of an eye, and volunteers' care are the power to give them confidence in the darkest time.
In China, Tzu Chi volunteers in Beijing conducted 2 scholarship distributions. Besides providing the students with scholarships, they also encouraged the students to write letters to their parents.
4 months after the last visit, Tzu Chi volunteers in Beijing came to DaAi County Middle School again to give scholarships and also family love to 130 underprivileged students.
If I have a chance in the future, I'll also help other people like Tzu Chi people do, and I also hope to meet them again in the future.
From Tzu Chi volunteers, I see many virtues, and many can guide our growth. We accept their good thought here, and we'll pass them forward. This should be the realization of value of life.
The volunteers also present them fountain pens because they hope the students can write letters home and tell their parents how they do with their studies.
We hope you won't keep this feeling in your heart. You should use a fountain pen to write a letter to express your love and gratitude to your dad and mom.
The volunteers also hold the same ceremony at the Yishan Vocational Education Center, and the teachers hope to become the bridge of communication with the students.
When the children write letters to the volunteers, they can write to them things that they won't want us to know, but the volunteers will be able to see their problems and contact us.
The volunteers' meeting with the students is short, but the seed of goodness is already growing in the students' minds.
With Tzu Chi's help, I get support for the load on my shoulders and found a home for my mind. I'll pay back to the society one day, so those kids in the same situation will also find comfort for their minds.
With the memory of love and kindness, these students will be able to study hard and happily.
In Taiwan, Tzu Chi volunteer Wang Bixia has dedicated herself to recycling for more than 10 years. She usually leaves home at 6 o'clock in the morning and works till 10 o'clock at night. This is a familiar sight at Hanzi Industrial Zone. Doing recycling and working hard is the way Tzu Chi volunteer Wang Bixia maintains her good health. She leaves home at 6 o'clock in the morning, rain or shine.
I even did it till 10 o'clock in the evening. This one opens a bit later. I've calculated that in a day, I need to take 9 to 10 rounds.
Going back and forth 10 times in a day, Wang once had conflicts with her son because of safety issue.
I could only let her do the work. What else can I do? What would happen if she does not do the work? I need to ask her. She can still do the work, but do not work too hard.
She has been dedicated to recycling for more than 10 years. In addition, she donated a vehicle to the hospital.
Before my oldest son passed away, he used the ambulance very often. Sometimes he uses twice in a day, sometimes he uses once in several days.
Now that the oldest son has passed away, she has turned her grief into strength.
As long as it is within our abilities, we should work to accumulate merit. I really enjoy volunteering.
Recycling has become an important part of Wang Bixia's life. She does this to contribute to the society, benefiting the public. In our next report, we'll meet a recycling volunteer who has to care for her mentally challenged children. Chen Caiyue hopes that one day her mentally challenged children can become more independent. She brings one of her children, Chen Qiunan, to do recycling with her so that he can also learn from Tzu Chi volunteers. Chen Qiunan is my son. He's 42 years old, but his mentality is that of a child between the age of 5 or 6. The children really worry me as I need to look after them.
Chonan is among the families we care for. We've known him for some time, so I can say that he trusts us. To be honest, I do not feel that I'm teaching him. I feel that he is teaching me. He is looking at things with a very simple mind. His mind is very simple. Of course, we hope he can be healthy. It's better for him to develop an independent life attitude. At least when he comes here, everyone will take care of him and no one looks down upon him.
After coming here to do recycling, I've felt better. When he's helping me or when he makes progress, I feel very happy. In Malaysia, Tzu Chi Malacca chapter has started a Buddhist sutra study group since March, and during the sessions, they also transcribe sutra texts. Meanwhile, Tzu Chi Indonesia chapter has also held a sutra text writing class for the first time. Tzu Chi Indonesia chapter has held a sutra text writing class.
Supaya mereka juga lebih antusias, bukan hanya
We hope the participants will feel calm from transcribing sutra of innumerable meanings and be inspired by it. We also hope people can practice the Dharma teachings in their daily life.
Many people came with their families. Among them, Tzu Chi has invited his father to the sutra text writing class.
Saya ikut juga, ya karena
I came because of my son. Originally, I wanted to invite him to go to the temple with me. Then he invited me to come to the sutra text writing class. I thought, that's fine, let's try this.
The young people put away their 3C products and take up the pens. They've gained much from the experience.
Diri kita sendiri menjadi orang yang lebih baik karena banyak.
I like this traditional culture. There are many meaningful verses in the sutra and also the Dharma teachings of Master Zhen Yan. I can also improve my Chinese.
As they transcribe the sutra text, the participants also feel inspired by the words of wisdom. Meanwhile, Tzu Chi Malacca chapter has started a study group to read 8 realizations of the great beings since March. At the occasion, they also transcribed the sutra text.
It is something new. I've never transcribed sutra text. I hope I can learn something from this experience.
The volunteers also explains the sutra's meaning with simple words for everyone to ponder upon it. From participating in the study group, the participants have gained a precious lesson and also grown in wisdom. Tzu Chi memory class in Anping, Tainan got many young-minded seniors who attend the class every week and changed their old life routine. Let's take a look.
Although they are a bit slow on the pace and not so neat on their movements, but these Tzu Chi memory class seniors in Anping, Tainan are fully enjoying the class. Especially this grandma, Yang Cai Minchu. Guess how old is she?
I'm very glad to come see her perform. My mother has some hearing problems.
Hearing impairment and degeneration once turned the grandma into a bitter person who always conflicts with her family.
Before, she feels very unhappy at home and her moods are often bad. So when we get off work, she will express her anger on us.
Now her anger from the past has turned into her motivation to dance and play drum in the memory class. Now the grandma's life has a center and her classmates' companionship has brought back her cheerfulness, thus improved her relationship with her daughter. Seniors should find ways to enrich their life for it can improve health as well as their relationships with others.
The effects of PM 2.5 continue to be debated, with experts warning that it can also affect the health of plants and animals. They say that 24-hour exposure to such pollution can affect agricultural crops.
When we smell this odor, we know that watermelon have been poisoned. We didn't know why this year's watermelon fell near the riverbed or in the village or in the fields or stopped growing.
Zhanghua's Taishi village is well known for watermelon production. But when the 6th naphtha cracker facility began operating, yearly output has fallen as the crop eventually failed. Shu Yujie recalled planting watermelons for more than a decade, losing some $10,000. And NTU professor Sun Anjiang confirms that the impact of pollution on plants is more than that of animals.
The leaves have only 10 layers of cells. With only so few layers, they are actually quite thin. Secondly, the earth has so many plants and they can't move, so they are simply stuck in this place.
Scholars say that emissions from the factory contain heavy metal particles, which eventually affect animals and plants. However, animals can migrate and escape, but plants are exposed to the air for a long time and suffer the most. But through the food chain, these agricultural products eventually find their way back to humans.
Are we eating plants exposed to heavy metals? And is our body can be exposed to heavy metals? Yes, I think this issue with plants has become a food safety issue.
Sun Anjiang has lengthy experience resolving public disputes on behalf of the EPA. He once wrote a book about the common chemical gases that pollute plants, such as sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides, which mainly came from the fuel for factories. Other poisons include fluoride, chlorine, ammonia, and ozone, up to 12 poisonous gases. Visiting the cauliflower field in Taishi and seeing all of these yellow leaves makes many of these farmers very angry.
This area was affected a decade ago by the 6th naphtha cracker facility. At the beginning, we did not know this, but now our plants, us, and even our animals have suffered.
Farmers say that they pray it doesn't rain in the winter because acid rain will occur near the 6th naphtha cracker facility will turn the cauliflower leaves yellow and they will stop growing, leading to heavy losses.
They become too dry and stop growing.
There are a set of emission standards and control measures in place. Factories must obtain a pollution operating permit before they can discharge emissions. In addition, the industry also has its own management system. Next to boilers, there are machines doing monitoring, as a company has to pay for this equipment and inspection. While it may look rigorous, there are actually some problems with the system.
If they exceed the emission limit, they may be asked to spend more money to bring it under control and then invite the inspector to come. This means that the actual amount measured and what is reported greatly varies. The actual situation is actually much worse.
Air pollution also has a lot to do with the fuel used to power factories. At present, common boiler fuel includes coal, heavy fuel oil, diesel, and natural gas. Among them, coal causes the highest level of pollution, followed by heavy fuel oil, diesel, with natural gas being the most environmentally friendly, but also having the highest cost.
Because the most important thing is that when we do the boiler test, there will be particular pollutants such as sulfur oxides and nitrogen oxide. In fact, if natural gas is compared to heavy fuel oil, its nitrogen oxide is about the same. But when it comes to sulfur oxides and particulate matter, natural gas is much better.
With pollution threatening the health of many, environmental protection is something that everyone should pay attention to. Unfortunately, such environmental concerns can have a big impact on the domestic industries.
Due to bad air quality, many people are feeling itchiness in their eyes when they go out. Remember not to use your hands to rub your eyes. Ophthalmologists suggest everyone do more eye movements, like blinking your eyes.
As air pollution in Taiwan worsens, the air quality has become bad and our eyes are the most damaged organ.
眼睛特别的，然后那个眼镜都好像蒙了一层那个脏脏的灰尘啊。 会有这种感觉，然后就一直流眼泪。
当下就是很痒，就会很想要去揉它，所以我会闭上眼睛这样揉。
Using your hand to rub your eyes directly may cause damage to the cornea. The harm is more serious than you can imagine.
Children who originally have no astigmatism could have it when they keep rubbing and pressuring their eyes in the same direction. Children who already have astigmatism will worsen their condition.
What else can you do when your eyes are feeling itchy?
Close your eyes and count to 3 and then open. If there's dirt, your eyes will digest the particles from the air pollution in your eyes. Blinking can generate tears to wash away this dirt.
Blinking can wash away the dirt, while a thermal pad can help to relieve pressure. The doctor suggested one can take a zipper bag and put in warm water about 40 degrees Celsius. Don't leave it on your eyes more than 5 minutes because it can cause the blood vessels on the eyelid to dilate and lead to edema. Also, if you have infections in your eyes, you should not put it on because it can worsen the condition.
In Taiwan, 1 in 10 people suffer from gastric reflux, with some patients potentially getting reflux pharyngitis. In serious cases, patients could develop throat cancer. Let's learn more about this disease. In Taiwan, 1 in 10 people suffer from heartburn reflux, as it is a common disease.
My esophagus feels irritated.
When I'm full, I feel that the stomach acid irritates the throat.
58-year-old Mr. Lai has been suffering from heartburn reflux for 8 years.
Heartburn is really uncomfortable. I kept coughing.
The doctor says that if heartburn patients also have allergic rhinitis, the irritation caused by the stomach acid combining with postnasal drip syndrome might cause reflux pharyngitis. It happens to 1 in 200 people.
You will feel that there is something stuck there. It feels like you're having an egg in your throat and you keep coughing, trying to get rid of it.
How can we tell if the coughs are caused by reflux pharyngitis?
If you change your position, inhale cold air, or drink cold water, you might feel that something is irritating. You will want to cough it out.
It is very hard to cure reflux pharyngitis.
In the end, your vocal cord will be affected and your voice will become coarse. A few people will eventually develop throat cancer.
To ease the coughs, one should not eat too much and too fast. Do not lie down to sleep right after eating. These are simple measures one can take to ease the coughing. In the United States, as a 5-day 2018 TIMA USA convention ends, a teaching combining Chinese and Western medicine has been demonstrated. During the convention, TIMA members shared their experience in conducting free clinics. TIMA USA has conducted free clinics in various countries. Dr. Zhang Bingdong has been providing medical services in India and Nepal. He has also donated his kidney.
Whether we donate our money or time, we all hope to contribute our abilities. It's actually my blessing that I was able to donate one of my kidneys. Classmates who have lost touch for 32 years meet again at this TIMA event.
I have received a big surprise as I met my classmates whom I lost touch with for 32 years. Thanks to TIMA for giving me this opportunity.
Las Vegas TIMA nurse Gao Cuiling shares her dream with everyone.
We have an eye doctor who is very compassionate. We will work with local charity organizations. I hope in the next 5 years, we will have our own DaAi Eye mobile clinic van so that we can advance our medical services.
At the convention, a teaching combining Chinese and Western medicine is demonstrated. As the TIMA USA convention ends, medical volunteers are ready to continue safeguarding the health of those in need. At a shopping mall in Kuala Lumpur and Selangor of Malaysia, environmental activists promoted the idea of not using plastics. City volunteers were also invited to give a lecture on environmental protection. We'll leave you with these images at the end of our program. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.